All right, let's dive into the world of manifestation today.
Ooh, I like it.
We're looking at the ebook, Mastering Manifestation.
Okay.
It promises to help us integrate manifestation into our everyday lives.
Hmm.
But can we really shake our reality with just our thoughts?
That's the big question, right?
Yeah.
And if so, what does that even look like in practice?
What does that actually look like?
That's what we're going to try to find out today.
Well, what I find really interesting about this ebook
Okay.
is how it separates itself from the law of attraction.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
You know, I feel like a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
they kind of lump them together.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about just sending good vibes out to the universe.
Right. Just hoping for the best.
Hoping for the best, but
But this one, yeah,
mastering manifestation takes a much more practical approach.
it does.
It's much more grounded.
Yeah. It's less about wishing and hoping
Yes.
and a lot more about taking action, which I really appreciate.
Taking action. Yeah. So it's about more than just
Right.
thinking positive thoughts.
Yeah.
It's about aligning
It is.
your thoughts, your energy, and your actions
It is.
to create that life that you really, really desire.
That's a great way to put it.
I mean, the ebook actually defines manifestation
Okay.
as the ability to use willpower, desire, and focused energy
Hmm.
to bring something into physical existence.
Yes.
It's about becoming a conscious creator
Yes.
of your own reality.
Love that. Yeah.
So it's about really taking control of your life, and it's not just
Mhm.
letting things happen to you.
Right. Exactly.
The ebook even quotes David Spangler,
Oh, okay.
and he talks about this co-creative, synchronistic, and mutually supportive relationship
Ooh, I like that.
between our inner world and the outer world.
Break that down for me. What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, what does that mean?
What does that look like practically?
What does that look like practically?
Yeah.
How do we apply that?
Well, you can think of it this way.
Okay. Your thoughts and feelings are like the seeds that you plant in the garden of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the actions you take are like the water and the sunlight
Right.
that nourish those seeds,
Okay.
helping them to actually grow and blossom into reality.
Oh, I love that analogy.
Yeah.
So it's not just about thinking positive thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
It's about taking those actions that are in alignment
Exactly.
with those thoughts.
Exactly. And here's where I think it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
The ebook mentions that we have over 50,000 thoughts per day.
Oh my gosh, 50,000.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of mental chatter.
That's a lot of mental chatter.
No wonder it's so hard to focus sometimes.
Exactly. That's why the key is to become more aware
Mm-hmm.
of what we're thinking about
Yeah.
and then choose the thoughts that are actually serving us.
Right. The thoughts that we want.
The ones that are in alignment with what we want to manifest.
Yeah, because otherwise,
Otherwise,
we're all over the place. We're manifesting all sorts of crazy things that we don't want.
Right. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Manifesting,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, bills to pay and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
How do we do that?
yeah, how do we do that? How do we
How do we sort through those thoughts?
sift through all those thoughts?
Yeah.
And then focus on the ones that are actually going to help us create
Yeah.
the life that we want.
Well, that's where the mastering manifestation formula comes in.
Okay.
They actually give a formula.
They give a formula.
Yeah. And there are 3 key ingredients:
Okay. I love it.
focused thoughts,
Okay.
powerful emotions,
Mhm.
and aligned action.
Those sound like,
I know, right?
really powerful tools.
They are?
Can you break those down a little bit further?
Of course, yeah.
I mean,
So focused thoughts
yeah.
are really clear
Okay.
and specific intentions.
Okay.
It's not enough to just wish for something good to happen.
You have to define exactly what you want
Yeah.
down to the smallest details.
So instead of wishing for I don't know,
Yeah.
a new car,
Right.
I need to visualize the make, the
Yeah.
model,
Exactly.
all of it.
All of it.
Yes.
The more specific you are, the more powerful your manifestation is going to be.
Okay, so it's about setting coordinates on a map.
Exactly.
The more precise those coordinates are,
The more likely you are to get where you want to go.
the more likely I am to actually reach my destination.
Yes.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, good.
But what about the powerful emotions part?
Okay.
How do our feelings even play into manifestation?
Mhm.
I mean, it's one thing to think about what we want,
It is.
but how do we connect with those emotions?
So our emotions are actually the fuel
Okay.
that power our manifestations.
Okay.
They amplify our thoughts.
Okay.
And send a very powerful message
Okay.
to the universe.
So it's not enough to just think about what we want.
Yeah.
We have to actually feel it too.
Yeah, we have to actually feel it.
Okay.
The ebook gives a really great example.
Okay.
Imagine feeling scared.
Okay.
Just thinking about being scared can make your heart race.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting
Right.
like sweaty palms just thinking about it.
I know.
Yeah.
Like just thinking about public speaking
Oh, yeah,
can make some people break out in a sweat, right?
absolutely.
And so if our thoughts can trigger those physical reactions, even when they're not actually happening,
Yeah.
imagine what we can achieve
Yeah.
when we combine those focused thoughts with really strong positive emotions.
That's true.
So
So we need to visualize our desired outcomes
we do.
and feel the emotion
Feel it
as if we've already achieved them.
as if it's already happened.
Okay, that makes sense, but
Yeah.
what about that third ingredient?
Right. Aligned action.
Aligned action. What role does that play in all of this?
Well, aligned action is really what brings our manifestations
Okay.
from that realm of thought
Yeah.
into the physical world. So it's about taking those steps, no matter how small, that are in alignment with our intentions.
Okay, so it's not just about like
Yeah.
sitting around daydreaming all day.
It's not.
Okay, I mean,
It's about actually doing something,
it's about putting in the work,
putting in the work,
I like-
but having that right mindset.
but also like cultivating the right mindset.
Yes.
So it's like a holistic approach.
It is. It's about creating that synergy
Yeah.
between your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions.
So they all work together
They do.
to shape our reality.
They all work together to shape your reality.
Okay, so we have the formula, focused thoughts, powerful emotions,
Yep.
and aligned action.
That's it.
But this ebook, it goes even further.
It does.
And it actually provides like, it
a
does.
step-by-step guide.
Yes, there's a 7-step guide.
7 steps to intentional manifestation.
Yes. Wow. Okay, so
I don't know if we'll have time to go through all 7.
yeah, I mean, we have a lot of deep dives to do.
We do.
But maybe we can touch on a few of like the most important ones.
Yes, the most intriguing ones.
Okay.
Especially for our listener.
Yeah.
Who's all about maximizing their time.
Who wants to get right to it?
Yes.
Well, I actually took notes on a few
Oh, you did?
that really stood out to me.
Okay, tell me.
So like the first step, start with positivity.
Okay.
I feel like that really resonated with me
Yeah, that's a great place to start.
because it's all about like shifting our focus
It is.
from what's lacking in our lives
Right.
to actually appreciating
Yeah.
what we already have.
What we already have.
Because it's so easy to like,
It is.
look at what we don't have
Yes.
and get down on ourselves.
It is.
And then, the next one that I thought was really interesting
Okay.
was write a book.
Write a book.
And I know it sounds a little strange at first,
It does sound a little strange.
but I love the concept
Okay.
because it's not about literally writing a novel.
It's not.
It's about taking the time
Right.
to actually like
It is.
document your goals,
Document your...
break them down into smaller steps,
Yeah.
and track your progress.
I love that.
So you're literally writing the story
Writing the story of your life.
of your dream life.
Yeah, that's creating a blueprint
Yes.
for your dream life.
Okay, and then the third point
Okay.
that I found really fascinating was visualize and feel.
Oh, yes. That's a good one.
Because
And it ties back to what we were talking about.
it does with those powerful emotions.
Right.
And it emphasizes, not just picturing our desired outcomes, but actually attaching strong positive emotions
All of them.
to them.
Yes.
So it's not enough to
Yeah.
intellectually want something.
Like to feel it in your heart.
We have to feel it in our hearts.
Yeah.
So it seems like these steps are really all about aligning
They are.
our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions
Yes.
to create this sort of internal synergy.
It's all about alignment.
But what about the results?
Oh, that's a good question.
What are the benefits
What are the benefits?
of practicing manifestation?
Yeah.
Is it all about material possessions?
That's a great question. And honestly,
Okay.
that's one of the things that I love most about this ebook.
Okay.
It goes beyond the typical manifest your dream life
Okay.
narrative.
Okay.
And it dives into the personal growth benefits
Okay.
of manifestation.
Okay.
It's not just about getting a bigger house or a fancy car.
Right. It's about becoming.
It's about becoming a more empowered
Yes.
and intentional creator
Yeah.
of your own life.
So it's about more than just
It is.
material gain.
Yeah.
It's about like personal growth
Yes.
and development.
It's about personal development.
The ebook actually quotes Mahatma Gandhi,
Oh, okay.
who said,
Yeah.
"Be the change which you want to see in the world."
I love that quote.
I love that quote too.
Yeah.
And I think
It's so true.
that if we really believe our thoughts shape our reality,
Mm-hmm.
then becoming the best version of ourselves
Yes.
is like,
It's a crucial part.
it's like a key ingredient.
A crucial part of
Yeah.
the equation.
I love that.
Yeah.
So manifestation is a tool,
It is.
not only for achieving our goals, but also for transforming ourselves from the inside out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
But even with all this talk about the benefits,
Yeah.
I know some people might be a little skeptical.
Absolutely. I was too.
Yeah.
At first.
What's the evidence for all of this?
Right. Where's the proof?
I mean, it sounds amazing,
It does.
but is there anything beyond, like, personal anecdotes and wishful thinking?
Exactly. Does science have anything to say about this?
Yeah, I mean, like, is there any scientific evidence to support this?
That's a fair question.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, there is definitely some skepticism surrounding manifestation.
Okay.
But the ebook does offer some
Okay.
interesting evidence.
Let's dive into that.
Okay.
What kind of evidence does it present?
Okay, well, for starters, it highlights the scientific connection between positive thoughts and the release of endorphins.
Endorphins, those feel-good chemicals.
Those feel-good chemicals in our brains.
Yeah, okay.
Studies have shown that thinking positive thoughts can actually trigger their release.
So even if we ignore, like, the whole manifesting our dreams thing, just focusing on the positive can have tangible,
benefits for us.
Yeah, positive thoughts can lead to, like, increased happiness, well-being, even resilience.
Yeah, when you're facing challenges.
That makes sense, because if you're, like, feeling happier and more positive, you're naturally going to be more motivated to, deal with things.
Right, and better equipped.
Better equipped to deal with life's little curveballs.
Yes.
And then the ebook also acknowledges the potential for bias.
Okay.
In, like, personal testimonials.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Good.
Because people who believe in manifestation are going to be more likely to share their success stories. Right.
But is there more to it than that?
Well, it points out that the sheer volume of success stories suggests that something real is happening.
Okay. So it's like...
It's hard to ignore the sheer number of people who are like...
Yeah, even if you take those stories with a grain of salt, it's hard to deny the power of belief.
Exactly. And if someone truly believes they can achieve something, they're probably going to be more likely to put in the effort.
To put in the effort.
To make it happen.
To make it happen.
Yeah.
And then it goes even further.
Yeah.
It presents the third type of evidence.
Okay.
Which is more of like a...
It is philosophical perspective. It explores this idea of an interconnected universe where our thoughts and actions create ripples that influence our reality.
Wow,
It's kind of mind-blowing, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's not just about attracting things to us.
Yeah.
It's about actively shaping the world around us.
Yes.
With our thoughts.
With our thoughts and our actions.
Wow. Okay, and it's
very holistic.
Got a very interconnected view of reality.
It is.
Okay, so it may not be, scientific.
It might not be scientific.
In the traditional sense.
Yeah, in the traditional sense. But
it does offer a really intriguing perspective. On how our inner world might be influencing our outer experience.
Exactly.
Okay, but even with all of this evidence, the ebook acknowledges that there's like this common obstacle that many people face.
People do.
When they're trying to manifest their desires.
Ooh,
what is this obstacle?
What's the obstacle?
What trips people up on their manifestation journey?
Yeah.
I'm very curious.
Well, it's something we all struggle with. It's getting stuck on the how.
What do you mean?
What do I mean by that?
By getting stuck on the how.
Well, we tend to overthink things, trying to control every step of the process instead of trusting the flow of events.
Okay.
We get so caught up in figuring out the logistics that we block the very thing that we're trying to attract.
We're trying to micromanage the universe.
Exactly.
Instead of...
We think we know better.
Instead of allowing it to work its magic.
Exactly.
And the ebook's advice is pretty simple.
What is it?
Eliminate how from your thoughts.
I like that.
So it's about letting go of that need for control.
It is.
And trusting that the universe has its own intelligence.
It does. It has its own intelligence. It knows what it's doing.
Yeah, it knows what it's doing.
We don't need to micromanage it.
We don't need to micromanage it.
Okay, so...
I think this is a good place to pause for now.
Yeah, take a breath.
We've covered
a lot.
A lot of ground.
We have.
In this first part of our deep dive.
We have.
We've talked about
what manifestation is.
Yes. how it differs from the law of attraction.
Yes.
The three
key ingredients of the manifestation formula.
Yes.
And even some evidence.
Some evidence to support it.
Yeah. And we even touched on a few of the steps.
Some of the steps.
In the ebooks guide.
Yeah, in that 7-step guide.
Yes.
To intentional manifestation.
But
there's still so much more to uncover.
There is.
There's so much more to this ebook.
I know, right?
So stay tuned.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back with part 2.
After the break.
Yes.
To learn even more.
Yes.
About the practical steps that you can take.
Yes.
To start manifesting the life of your dreams.
See you soon. Bye.
Welcome back to our deep dive into mastering manifestation.
It's great to be back.
Before the break, we were talking about trusting the universe.
Yeah.
And letting go of that need.
Yeah.
To control every little detail of the manifestation process.
Yeah.
But it really got me thinking.
Okay.
If our thoughts really do shape our reality, does that mean that we're responsible for everything that happens?
That's a really good question.
Both good and bad.
Yeah, that's a question that comes up a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, when people are first exploring this whole idea of manifestation the ebook.
Yeah.
It actually addresses this directly.
Okay.
It emphasizes that manifestation isn't about blame or guilt.
Okay.
It's really about empowerment.
So it's not about feeling burdened by the weight of the world.
No, it's not about that at all.
Okay.
We can't control every external event.
Right.
But we can control how we respond to those events and how we choose to shape our own experience.
Okay, so it's more about influencing the course of events rather than trying to micromanage the entire universe.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of pressure off, I think.
I think so too.
Okay, but let's get back to those practical steps we touched on. The first 3 steps in the ebooks, 7-step guide to intentional manifestation.
Yes.
What are some of the other steps?
Okay, well, eliminate resistance is a big one.
Okay.
It's about identifying and releasing any limiting beliefs or negative thoughts that might be blocking our manifestations.
So it's like weeding a garden. You have to pull out those pesky weeds.
We do.
To make space for those flowers to grow.
That's a great analogy.
And just like weeding a garden, it takes time and effort.
It does.
We have to really dig deep.
We do.
And examine the root causes of those limiting beliefs.
Sometimes they're so ingrained, we don't even realize they're there.
So how do we do that?
Yeah, how do we even
identify and release those?
Is it just a matter of positive thinking?
Yeah. Is it just positive thinking?
Positive thinking can help.
Okay.
But it's often not enough.
Okay.
We need to really question those beliefs. Okay.
Challenge them.
Okay.
And reframe them.
Give me an example.
Okay, so for example, let's say you have a limiting belief that you're not good enough to achieve your dreams. You would ask yourself, is that really true?
Okay.
What evidence do I have to support that belief? And often what you'll find is that those beliefs are based on fear or past experiences that are no longer relevant.
It's like those old stories we keep telling ourselves, even when they no longer serve us.
Even when they no longer serve us.
And once we identify those limiting beliefs, we can start to replace them with more empowering ones.
We can choose to believe in ourselves, in our abilities, and in the possibility of achieving our dreams.
Okay, so once we've cleared out those mental weeds.
Yes, what's next?
What's next?
The next step is to embrace gratitude.
It's about appreciating what we already have.
Okay, yeah.
And that sets a really positive tone.
Okay.
For attracting even more good things into our lives.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's about shifting our focus.
It is.
From what we lack
to
what we're already blessed with.
Yes.
It's so easy to,
it is.
Get caught up in that.
I know.
Grass is always greener.
The grass is always greener.
Mentality.
Yes.
But gratitude is a powerful emotion. It amplifies.
It does.
Our positive energy and makes us
more receptive to abundance.
When
we're grateful for what we have, we're sending a message to the universe.
We're open to receiving more.
that we're open.
So it's not just about feeling good.
Yeah.
It's about creating...
It's a vibrational...
a vibrational alignment.
Creating a vibrational alignment.
With abundance.
Yes.
And then the final step in the guide.
Yeah. This one can be tough.
Okay.
Is to trust the process.
Ooh.
Okay.
This can be tough.
What does that even mean?
Well, yeah.
Trust the process.
It encourages us to surrender control.
Okay.
And have faith.
Okay.
That things will work out in our favor.
Okay.
Even if we don't see how it's all going to come together.
I can see how that could be really challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for people who like
to be in control.
Like to be in control.
Yes. It's like taking a leap of faith.
Yeah. It's like...
knowing that there's a safety net.
Yeah.
Even if you can't see it.
It is a leap of faith.
It is.
But it's also...
But it can be...
incredibly liberating.
It can be so liberating.
When we let go of that need
mm-hmm.
to control every little detail.
Yes.
We open ourselves up to...
You open yourself up to possibilities.
Possibilities that we never could have imagined.
You would have never imagined.
So it's about surrendering
mm-hmm.
to something...
To something bigger than ourselves?
Bigger than ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's trusting that...
Trusting that the universe has our back.
The universe has your back.
And that we're being guided... towards our highest good.
Even when things get messy or confusing.
It sounds like it takes a lot of courage and faith.
It does.
To really embrace that.
But the rewards are immeasurable.
Okay.
When we learn to trust the process,
yeah,
we experience a profound sense of peace and ease,
mm-hmm.
even amidst the ups and downs of life.
Okay.
And that's when the magic really starts to happen.
So to recap, we have the 7 steps.
Yeah.
Starting with positivity.
Yes.
Writing a book.
Mm-hmm.
Visualizing.
Visualize and feel.
And feeling our desired outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
Eliminating resistance.
Eliminating resistance.
Embracing gratitude.
Yes.
And trusting the process.
That's it.
Okay, but this whole deep dive has really gotten me thinking.
Oh, okay. What about it?
We've talked about the power of thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And how they can shape our reality. Mm-hmm. But what about the role of action?
Oh, that's a great question.
Like, is it enough to just,
yeah,
think positive thoughts?
Yeah.
And visualize
our desired outcomes.
Like, is that all we have to do?
Well, that's a great question, and one that the ebook addresses head on.
Okay.
While thoughts and emotions are crucial for setting the stage, action is what brings those dreams to life. It's like having a brilliant idea for a business.
Okay.
The idea itself is valuable, but it won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless you take action to make it a reality.
So it's like a dance.
It is.
Between our inner world and our outer world.
It is.
Our thoughts and feelings create the blueprint.
They do.
And our actions bring that blueprint to life.
Exactly.
And the more aligned our actions are with our intentions, the more powerful our manifestation.
The more powerful they become.
Yes.
But how do we even know?
That's a good question.
What actions to take?
Yeah.
It can feel really overwhelming to know, like, where to even begin.
Well, that's where intuition comes in.
Okay.
The ebook suggests listening to that inner voice, paying attention to synchronicities.
Okay.
And following those little nudges and breadcrumbs that the universe leaves for us.
I love that, like, analogy of following the breadcrumbs.
Following the breadcrumbs.
It makes it feel less daunting.
It does.
And more like an exciting adventure.
An adventure, yes.
And the more we practice trusting our intuition and taking inspired action, the more
we align with our manifestations. It becomes a
positive feedback loop.
A positive feedback loop.
Yeah.
But what happens when we hit roadblocks?
Oh yeah, that happens.
Does that mean that we're doing something wrong?
No.
Or that our manifestations aren't meant to be?
Not at all.
Okay.
Challenges are a natural part of life.
Okay.
And the ebook actually emphasizes this.
Okay.
That manifestation isn't about avoiding challenges altogether. It's about navigating them with a more empowered mindset.
So it's about reframing those obstacles.
Yes, it's about reframing.
As stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks.
Exactly.
And often those challenges can actually lead us to
even greater
manifestations than we could have imagined.
Than we could have originally imagined.
Think of it like this.
Okay.
You're driving to a destination.
Okay.
And you encounter a detour.
Okay.
You might feel frustrated at first.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Right.
But that detour might actually lead you
Okay.
to a more scenic route.
Or even a hidden gem.
Okay.
That you wouldn't have discovered otherwise.
That's such a great analogy.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get discouraged.
It is.
When things don't go according to plan.
Yeah, but maybe those detours are actually part of the bigger picture.
Maybe they're...
Yeah, maybe they're leading us.
Leading us to something even better.
To something.
Than we originally envisioned.
Even better than we could have planned for ourselves.
And that's the beauty of trusting the process.
Yes.
We don't have to have...
You don't have to.
All the answers.
Have all the answers.
We just need to be willing.
You just have to.
To take that next step.
Take the next step.
And the next.
And the next.
And trust.
And trust.
That we're being guided.
You're being guided.
In the right direction.
Yeah, in the right direction.
I love that.
It's about...
It's about embracing the journey.
Embracing the journey.
With all its twists and turns.
With all the twists and turns.
Okay, so I think that's a perfect note to transition.
So let's transition
to some of the additional practical tips.
Yes.
That the ebook offers.
Yes.
Okay, what are some of these practical gems?
Well, one that really resonated with me was to create a vision board.
Oh, vision boards, okay.
Using images and affirmations to visually represent our desired outcomes.
Oh, I love vision boards. They're like...
You're like creating a collage.
Creating a collage of your dreams.
Of your dreams, exactly.
Yeah, and they're not just for, arts and crafts.
No, they're not.
They're powerful tools for manifestation.
Yes, they are.
Because they serve as, a visual reminder.
A visual reminder.
Of our goals.
Yes.
Keeping us focused and motivated.
And motivated, yes.
When we see those images and affirmations every day, it reinforces our belief in the possibility of achieving our dreams.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I find visual reminders to be so helpful for, staying on track.
Yeah, if you don't see it, you kind of forget about it.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind.
But what about, our social circle?
Ooh, good question.
Does that play a role in manifestation?
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
That's why the ebook emphasizes the importance of surrounding yourself with positive people.
Okay.
Our social environment plays a huge role in our manifestation journey. Surrounding ourselves with people who believe in us and support our aspirations can make a world of difference.
It's like having a cheerleading squad for our dreams.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like your own personal cheerleading squad. When we're surrounded by positive, supportive people, it elevates our energy and reinforces
our belief in ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, if we're constantly surrounded by negativity and doubt.
Yeah, it can really drain our energy.
It can be really draining.
Yeah.
It's like that saying.
What is it?
You're the average of the 5 people.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one.
You spend the most time with.
Yeah, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
So I think it's important to choose.
Choose wisely.
Your company wisely.
Choose your company wisely.
Yeah, and surround yourself with people who...
Surround yourself with people who lift you up.
Yeah, who lift you up. Inspire you.
Who inspire you and who believe in you.
And believe in your potential.
Yes.
Okay, so we're almost out of time.
I know, right?
For this part.
Of our deep dive.
Time flies when you're having fun manifesting.
But don't worry. There's still more to come.
There is. Join us.
Join us for part 3.
For part 3.
Where we'll wrap up.
Our
exploration of mastering manifestation. With even more insightful tips and thought-provoking questions.
Yes.
And we are back for the final part of our deep dive.
I know. Can you believe it?
I know. It's gone so fast.
Yeah, it has. It's flown by.
It really has.
I feel like we could just keep talking about this forever.
Oh, I know. There's so much to uncover.
There is.
But before we wrap up our exploration of mastering manifestation, I'm really curious to see what other, nuggets of wisdom we can unearth.
All right, let's see what we can find.
Because it's been a fascinating journey.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
So fascinating, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've covered so much ground already.
I know. Yeah.
From, the core principles of manifestation to those practical techniques that can really help us bring those dreams into reality.
Absolutely. And I feel like...
I have to admit, I'm feeling pretty inspired to start applying some of these principles in my own life.
Okay, awesome.
You know, before we jump into that final stretch, I wanted to circle back to something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
About the importance of intuition.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Because intuition is such a powerful tool.
It is.
Especially when it comes to manifestation.
It's that inner knowing.
Right.
That gut feeling that can guide us towards our highest good.
I think a lot of people struggle
I'd agree
with trusting their intuition. So do you have any advice on how to actually cultivate that connection and learn to trust those inner whispers?
Okay, so the ebook actually suggests a few practices like mindfulness, meditation, and even spending time in nature. These activities can really help to quiet the mind, reduce those distracting thoughts, and create space for that inner wisdom to emerge.
So it's like hitting the pause button.
Yeah.
On like the external noise.
It is.
So you can actually tune in to your inner guidance system.
Exactly. It's about creating a space where you can actually hear those subtle whispers of intuition.
And the more you practice it, the easier it becomes to really distinguish between your intuition and those fear-based thoughts that might
try to steer you off course.
So it's about building that. Like
it is. It's about building trust.
Trust muscle.
Yes, trusting yourself.
The more you
listen to your intuition and you see positive results, the more confident you become.
The more confident you become.
In following its guidance.
Okay. So it's like any skill.
It is.
The more you practice it.
The more you practice it.
The more proficient you become.
The more proficient you become.
But beyond cultivating intuition, the ebook offers some other like practical tips. That I found really, really helpful.
Okay, well, tell me what else drew your attention.
One that really stood out to me was affirm your desires.
Oh, affirm your desires.
It emphasizes
the
power of speaking our intentions out loud as if they were already true.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
So it's not just about like thinking those positive thoughts.
No, it's about embodying them.
Yeah, it's about embodying them through our words and our actions.
It's about aligning your internal world with your external world.
Aligning our internal world with our external world.
Yes.
Okay, and by speaking those desires out loud, we're not just affirming them to ourselves.
Right.
But
we're also sending a powerful message.
Right. We're sending
to the universe.
A powerful message to the universe.
We're putting that energy out there.
We're putting that energy out there.
And we're creating a vibrational resonance that can attract those desires into our reality.
So it's almost like
we're
stepping into the role.
Stepping into the role.
Of the person we want to become. Living as if those desires.
As if it's already happened.
Are already fulfilled.
Yeah.
Okay, and another tip that stood out to me was celebrate small wins.
Oh, yes.
Because it's so easy to get like
it is
caught up in the big picture. Those long-term goals that we forget. To like appreciate the progress we make. Along the way. It's like we're so focused on reaching the destination that we
forget.
Don't enjoy the journey.
To enjoy the journey.
We miss those little milestones.
Right, those little milestones.
That mark our progress and keep us motivated.
They keep us motivated.
Yeah, celebrating those small wins.
It is so important.
And so
important.
For maintaining that momentum and keeping our spirits high.
Yeah, it reinforces our belief.
It does.
In ourselves. And in the process. It's like giving yourself those little tats on the back.
Pats on the back.
Along the way.
Along the way, acknowledge yourself.
Yeah, acknowledge
yourself that credit.
That you're moving in the right direction.
Yes, you're doing great.
And each small win builds upon
the last.
The last.
Yeah.
Creating a snowball effect.
It does.
That can propel you towards those bigger goals.
Exactly.
I think this has been such an insightful
I think so too.
Deep dive.
Yeah.
But as we're like wrapping up, I think it's important to address like a common misconception about manifestation.
What is it?
Because I think
the misconception.
A lot of people view manifestation as like a quick fix.
Oh, okay.
Or like a magic formula.
For getting everything they want.
Right.
Effortlessly.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It's just like...
Just sit back.
Get back.
Think happy thoughts.
Think happy thoughts and...
Poof.
Poof.
Your dream life appears.
Yeah.
I know. And the ebook addresses this
head
on.
Okay.
It emphasizes that manifestation is a process. Yeah. It is not a magic wand.
It requires...
And it requires effort.
Patience.
Patience.
And a willingness to,
And a willingness...
grow and evolve.
To grow.
It's about actively participating.
It is.
In the creation of your own reality.
It is.
It's not just, like, sitting back.
It's not passive.
And waiting for things to happen.
You have to do the work.
Yeah, it's about making conscious choices.
Yes.
Taking aligned action.
Yes.
And trusting
the
unfolding
of your journey.
Trust the process.
It's about becoming. It's about becoming
a conscious creator.
A conscious creator.
Of your own experience.
Yes.
It's about...
It's so empowering.
It is empowering.
To realize that we're not victims of circumstance.
We have the power to shake our lives.
You do.
Yeah.
You have the power to shape your life.
And to create a reality that's aligned.
That's in alignment.
With our deepest desires.
With what you want.
But it all starts with taking responsibility.
Taking responsibility.
For our thoughts.
For your thoughts.
Your feelings.
And our actions.
And your actions.
Well said.
Thank you.
I think this deep dive has really given us,
I know, right?
So much to think about. And so many tools.
Yeah, so many tools.
To start putting these principles into practice.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you manifest.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
And to our listeners, we encourage you to explore these concepts further. Experiment.
With the techniques.
Yeah, play around with it.
And see what unfolds in your own lives.
Yeah.
Who knows what magic you might manifest.
That's right.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Keep diving deep.
Keep diving deep.
And keep dreaming big.
Keep dreaming big, yes.